Would you pour me a drink?
Sure.
Thank you.
Pims?
Perfect.
Very summary.
It's nice to bump into you.
Yeah, no.
You know.
Yeah.
So have you spoken to Banks?
So yeah, I had a catch-up curry with her, which was great. She said, you know, I've spent like a lot of the summer with her. We didn't live together, but we had a great time. And obviously, she's moved forward, and I think that she's going to need time because I honestly don't think that she knows whether she wants you.
But I honestly feel like having this time away, I've gone from a boy to a man in terms of my mindset. I know it's...
That's quite sweet, because that's like, yeah.
I do. I love her for who she is.
But, you know, there's a lot of, like, other people out there that might just be better suited to you. Like...
I know how much I love this girl, and I'm telling you now, there is no indecisiveness. I want to make her the happiest person in the world, and everything I said is not to try and win her over, and I want to fight for her.
Well, yeah, because you do have, like, everyone's eyes watching you now. Like, there's no room for error, even though...
Again, it's irrelevant what you, Rosie, and Ollie think. The most important opinion to me is hers.
Yeah.
And I think you need to see
But we're not in her ear, okay? Listen to me. Don't go around saying that I'm in Binky's ear. Some of her other friends might be. Like, I know that Ollie will give her a hard time about it. Like, we all went for this picnic and
a guy who doesn't know me. This is what frustrates
but then you need to speak to him about it because he feels very, very passionate about it. He's like, Binky, my best friend and my oldest friend, is up here right now, and he thinks that it's all going to go crashing back down.
What a ridiculous statement from that boy. I mean, the fact that he's not even man enough to come and say it to my face angers me. If you have an issue with someone, you go to them.
Yeah, but he thinks, though, that you can't just pick her up and drop her when you feel like it.
Hi.
Hi.
Good, how are you?
I just had a conversation with Louise, and it sounds like you've got a lot on your chest that you need to get off.
I'm not sure of that. I don't think... I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Saying you want to marry her and give her babies and build a house for her and stuff like that.
This is what's frustrating me, is the translation. I said to Binky, I've come back and I want a future with you. And the things you were talking to me about the marriage and how many children you wanted, I see a future with you with that.
What, I think the reason why you now want a future with her is because she potentially doesn't want one with you.
What an awful mindset to have.
No, it's the right mindset.
No, it's not,
because
Ollie.
you've lost
no,
all
it's
power.
Not.
And you have.
What do you mean I've lost all power? Or is it, you've had a guy who's had his heart broken, right? And needs a summer to heal himself. I've come away from this summer and I know what I want. For the first time, I'm solid again, pal, and I'm happy and I found peace. And I know I want to spend my life with this girl.
How can you have a marriage work if you can't make a fundamentals of a relationship
Because
work?
you learn from lessons. So
Also, let me speak a second. All right, where you should have come back with your tail between your legs and said, you know what, I've really I got
cheated on. Are you joking?
You dumped her before any of this.
Because of the same repetitive.
So what's going to happen? You're going to go back to a relationship that's not working.
What, so you're telling me that she hasn't grown up? She hasn't assessed things?
I don't know, has she?
But you're her best friend, pal. You're the one spending every day with her.
Stop saying pal, it's terribly annoying.
I'm a good guy. My parents have raised me well. I'm a gentleman. I love this girl. She stands out for me from anyone else, and I don't want to change anything. Are there things wrong with the relationship? Yes, there was. Can they be rectified? Of course they can.
The reason why
if it's too late, it's too late. Then I've lost the girl I love, and it's something that I will have to live with for the rest of my life. But right now, I know what it is I want.
Wait!
And I will fight for it till the end until she tells me she doesn't want it.
I don't care about you. I care about her, and I care about her situation.
So I had a really nice catch-up with little Sammy T. He told me that he saw Ollie and Julius recently.
Yeah.
And...
Well, Ollie brought Julius to the camping trip.
He told me.
Yeah.
And apparently his intentions weren't the best.
Whose?
Ollie's. Which I found quite funny because I just...
When you say funny, you didn't find it that funny.
Well, no, I didn't find it, I just...
You weren't laughing when you heard that?
No, actually, I think I did laugh. I was just
like...
I was literally like, I don't think there are any limits to where Ollie's going to go with this.
Listen, I was pretty... I didn't know, FYI, that Julius was coming. It was a complete shock to me, too. And we all got really drunk and had a lot of fun. I was a bit flirty, he was a bit flirty, but, like, nothing serious.
You were flirting with him?
Well, nothing to, like, worry about. Like, he was just very sweet. And he said, you know, I don't want anything. I don't want to come in between you and JP, but I just want to let you know you're really beautiful. And obviously, for a girl to hear that is really flattering and nice. And I was like, oh, that's very sweet. You're a very handsome boy too. And nothing more than that. Apart from I fed him a marshmallow, if that's anything to go by.
Why?
Because we were all just being drunk and feeding each other marshmallows. Don't think too much about it.
When I hear you're flirting with a guy and you're telling him that he's handsome, it may not sound
It doesn't sound ideal.
It may not sound like a lot to
completely
you, Binks, but when we've been through what we've been through, and I'm fighting for us as hard as I am, and I'm putting myself out there, and you're going and doing that, how am I meant to take it?
I'm just seriously down right now.
So, have you officially broken up with Binky?
We came to the conclusion that it was best that she let me go. I don't really know what to do.
Mate, dude.
And those messages that I sent to her was almost like my last-ditch attempt to try and get through to her what she's been doing and how badly it's hurting me. And the responses that I was getting and her attitude, for me, just kind of... It justified how I was feeling and that there was nothing more I could do.
Yeah.
And I've given my heart to it, mate. I've given everything I have to her, and, you know, this has happened, and it's...
Yeah, mate. And do you know what? You need to stay away from that. And who cares, man? Do you know what? You got us, mate. You got your boys. You got Jay, you got Proud Lot, you got me.
I just don't understand what's going on in her head, and this is why it's just been so tough for me.
You know what, mate? Now...
You know, I love her, and I think my actions have shown that. Having a relationship ending with someone that you are so in love with is, honestly, it's one of the toughest things in the world. Not having her in my life is going to be the toughest thing in the world. I miss her terribly, but I know it's for the best.
Lots to talk to you about. Yeah, I'm sure. It's been a while. It feels like a lifetime. How is everything? So you guys are obviously not together.
So, basically, he came round to my house, and I thought it was over, because his messages were quite brutal. But he was like, you know, those messages weren't breaking up with you, they were just stressing how, like, upset I am and what I'm not happy about. And he was just saying, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to make it work? I was like, well, right now, if I'm totally honest, I don't know. I needed that time away, I really did. And I've come back and I've thought about everything. You know, I didn't really speak to you guys. All I've done is speak to my mum. And I thought, I do want to make some changes. I do, I really do.
Like, I've actually had JP round here a bit anyway because he's obviously really close with Sam.
Yeah.
And we saw him, we bumped into him last night.
He is really, really hurt, and I haven't seen that you're as hurt.
Because you haven't seen me.
Exactly.
I felt really sorry for him, and it's weird because obviously, like, I'm so like Team Binky. But this is all stemmed from the Julius thing, his insecurities, you going out, which he doesn't like. Then you had left missed calls on to Julius.
I think he's incredibly sensitive, which I'm not used to. I've never had a boyfriend who's as sensitive as JP, and that's not a bad thing.
But your friendship with Julius for like what, 2 months over 2 years with JP.
But it wasn't a big deal in my head. I don't need to speak to the guy ever again. It's not about that.
But I think it's also like if you keep saying to him you're going to change and then you don't, then
but I don't need
how
to
many
change
times?
that. I don't need to change. I just need to alter a few things. It's not like massive changes. I'm a very good girlfriend, and you know, I'm not perfect. I would never say I'm perfect. I don't think anyone is. No. I'm still learning. I'm still growing up. We all are. Like I love that boy more than anything.
I think he's done. And from your actions, from like going away...
What do you mean you think he's done?
That looks like you're done and you don't care.
Going away?
Yeah.
This has literally been a week.
I don't think you can do that. I think it's like you're with him or you're not.
I'm almost too scared to see him. Okay, see, so something I don't really want to hear. And then you say, oh, you think he's done. It's like, oh, great. Like, I've lost him.
Now you're like, what do you mean he's done? Because you actually think he's walked away. Instead of having him on a plate, you've tested the boundaries.
But don't be like, this isn't an attack in any way.
No, but it sounds like it's all my fault.
Babe, it's not like that.
It feels like you guys have completely got his back as well.
Are you going to be alone at Christmas? You spoken to Binky at all, or you just a lonely...
Straight in. Are you alone on Christmas Day or not? What's going on?
I mean, I haven't seen her, but, you know, she has been in touch.
It's a hard one, because you're still
I think what we're doing now is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.